In the past 2 months, I spent a good amount of time on Super Woden Rally Edge. As I said in my previous video on it, I enjoy pretty much everything in this game, which is why I found myself grinding the time trials quite a lot. In fact, I already have quite a few world records in the game. So I wonder if I could give myself a little challenge. If I give myself 1 week, can I obtain every time trial record? This sounds kinda crazy as the time trial game mode has a total of 265 leaderboards to compete on. Fortunately, I'm already leading in just over a quarter of them, but I still have to get almost 200 world records in just 7 days. So let's see how I did. So, first thing first, I'm gonna explain very quickly the rules of this challenge. The game has 265 leaderboards for time trials in total, and I have made this little spreadsheet to basically count them all. Currently I am at a total of 71. Most of them are in class E, which we're gonna start with today. So as you can see, I'm already pretty far into it. I only need to get 194 in total, which is already a lot, because 71 was already quite a lot to get. But yeah, the goal is gonna be to get them all. I'm gonna jump in the Wrecking Hall, which is the meta card in this class, and we can already see that Spain SS1 is already in the bag. So we can already skip that one. So we can start with Spain SS1B. Yeah, okay, let's retry. My current view is already pretty good. Let's go, that was close. Okay, that's one. That's the first one of the day. Oh, almost first try, no way. That was really good. Lost a bit of time here, but I think I'm still far enough ahead. Yep. There you go. 34.7, that's the second world record today. Ooh, I absolutely smashed it, what the fuck? Wow, almost an entire second. Let's go. Okay, I absolutely demolished the record now. Yeah, the fuck. 158.2. Oh, let's fucking go. 157. On my second try as well. We are cooking. Oh, let's go. Let's go. That was quick. That was quick. That was actually kinda sick. Don't tell me I got that first try. What the hell did I get that first try? There's no way. Is that it? No way. I'm 0.02 behind. Let's go. Let's go. That was so fucking close. Alright, finally. It took us like 15 minutes almost. Oh, let's go, first try. That was close, but first try. No way I got that first try. I mean, I gained so much at the start though. There we go. Come on, 1 second. I wasn't forced at all to do this. I wasn't forced at all to go this far ahead. But it happened, so I'll take it. I'm 25.9. Okay, first try. First try, 1.3 ahead. I'll take it, I'll take it. We're cooking. We're going so fast. Let's go. 0.5 ahead. And that is 14. 14 already in 1 hour 20 minutes. But I think that's good enough. Yep. 130.3. There we go. 190 max speed. The place has 177. Thankfully I'm streaming everything, so I can't be accused of cheating. Okay, I'll take it. I'll happily take it. 152.8. That's 2.5 seconds ahead of what I needed. I didn't expect to be that quick, especially in such a few attempts. If I didn't hit that wall, that was easy world record. That was a good run, otherwise. I'm always scared in that one part where I hit that wall. That's the thing, when the turn comes, you need to not slow down immediately and slow down afterwards. And now I got a 52, nice. Oh my god, this run was insane. 103.1? I struggled so much to get to get the 103.9, I remember. 103.1, the fuck? No way. What? Look at this, 2 seconds ahead on my first attempt. Go for. That's enough for me. Right. Of course, again, world record is cheated, so I'm not gonna count it. I'm gonna count as world record anyway. Oh, this one is from 2 milliseconds. Okay, it's a 210 though. It's easy to beat. Yeah, okay, 2.5. Absolutely destroyed. Alright, let's go. I almost got 125, but my end was a bit messy. Which means the only one left should be this one then. Alright, that's it. And that was the last world record to get in E-class. I have all of them now. As you can see, day 1 started pretty well, as I had claimed every world record in E-class in just over 2 hours. But it was heavily helped by the fact that I already had half of them when starting the challenge. At this point I had a lot less world records in the other classes. Anyway, after that I started to grind the D-class as well, and it also went pretty well for quite a bit. Ooh, Oh, let's go. I was barely ahead. 0.035. Nice. Alright. 113.420. Let's go. Oh, let's go. First try. Even though I did a lot of mistakes, that's still a first try. First try. I'll take it. Alright, that was a 30th today. 30th world record today in 2.5 hours. Yes! That was still a not great end, but I'll take it. Ooh, we need to save quite a bit of time. Oh, you know what? I think this car might be better for Spain SS4. But it's not about top speed. It's about grip and acceleration. Let's see how they compare to each other. I guess this car is pretty good for this track. I guess I was right. Ooh, that was close. That was so close. Let's try again. I guess it's a pretty good car for these kind of tracks. Okay, Spain was easy, but now I reach tracks that I'm not very comfortable on. Sweden SS1 and Sweden SS3 are tracks that I personally struggle with a bit more than others, so let's see how I did on those. Hey, not bad for a first try. Okay, this is an attempt. Oh no. I think I lost a lot of speed. Oh, what? Ah, no way, that touched. I messed up the end. Ah, too much. I think this is the stage I've spent the most time on today. Probably. Ah. I'm close, I'm close. I need a 10th. I need one extra 10th. I'm 0.4 ahead. Oh, let's go, I gained so much speed at the end. Nice. I thought I would lose it. I thought I would lose it. I almost got caught up by my golf, but sub 1 minute is definitely possible. So Sweden's S1 was the toughest world record to set so far, but I wasn't done yet. After a slightly easier time on the next few tracks, I reached what I consider one of my least favorite tracks in the game, Sweden SS3. A very technical track with questionable track limits and a bunch of very tight sections where it's hard to preserve speed. And I was about to stay there for a bit. Alright, SS3. I think the versus lotto might be better for this, but let's run it with this. Oh! Okay. I pressed handbrake to help me go through the corner, but the car just decided to do a complete 360. That was so close to the hay bale. One 18.8. No way, I did the exact same time. Why do I say 3 seconds here? Okay, I got second, at least. Now I need to get another extra second. Initially I really hated this track for the chicane, but now that the chicane has been figured out, I hate that track for basically everything else, which also sucks. Yeah, I was I was losing it. Ah damn, I was ahead. Oh, I'm cooking. No! No. Why do you do this game? I triggered the respawn at like by like 1 millimeter. The time to beat was really tough. I just couldn't get a clean run through. But after over 25 minutes of failures, I eventually got this masterclass of a run. Okay, the person who will beat this time is not born yet. There you go, fuck you. Fuck this track, dude. It took me so long and I beat it by almost 2 seconds. Ain't no way. Let's fucking go, I'm happy at least. I kept playing for a bit less than an hour after that and it went quite smoothly. The Kenyan stages were fairly easy and I decided to mix it up for Finland SS1 by taking a different car before wrapping up the day on Finland SS1B. Easy. Okay, yeah, this is definitely improvable though. After only 5 hours of stream, I had obtained the world record on 50 different leaderboards on top of the 71 that I already had before starting, putting me at an insane 121 world records in total. That's almost half of them. This gave me a lot of confidence to continue to grind on day 2. And day 2 went pretty much as well as the previous one. I started on a great pace and managed to complete what was left of D class in just under 1 hour and 20 minutes. C class would grant similar results, with even a first try world record on Spain SS2. Oh, let's go, first try. Easy! The reverse variant of this track, however, would prove to be a completely different story. Ah. Okay, not first try. Why can't I do this turn? It's so difficult. Okay, I need to save 1 second. Aim. What? How is that not world record? Like, come on, this run is so fucking hooked and I don't get world record like that? That's crazy. No, I tried everything. I gave everything I could. Let's try a different car. Try the Vermac. I think the Vermac has very good acceleration and very good grip. The record in place was so hard to beat that I decided to switch car to see if it would help. And it didn't. Eventually I got back to the legally distinct Quattro and got it fairly quickly, but I still spent a good 20 minutes on this track. The rest of the Spanish tracks didn't show much resistance. Sweden went just as smoothly, with only Sweden SS2 giving me a bit of a challenge, as I spent around 20 minutes on the track to eventually get the record by only 14 milliseconds. Oh, damn. 14 milliseconds ahead. Another fun fact about Sweden is that I got a title world record on Sweden SS3B. No fucking way, dude, what? I died! No! I fucking died! What? But since my goal is to beat the world record, I ran it again and thankfully I got it 2 minutes later. Okay, better. Next up was Kenya, where I got this really clean sub 1 minute 2 on stage 1. Let's go, sub 102. I lost a bit of time in the end though. I was like 0.4 ahead at the last checkpoint. Could have gotten a 101.7. The most difficult stage in Kenya was definitely stage 3, as it is a very long and technical stage. It is hard to get a clean run there. But I eventually got a run that was good enough. Let's go! One stage that I didn't expect to give me much trouble though was Japan SS1. It is a track that I personally really like and that I have a lot of practice on. So I was surprised to still not have the record after 15 minutes spent on the track, but I eventually got this run. Go! Some 138 as well. Ah, this took so much time. And on that nice sub 138, I decided to take on one more track on that day with Japan SS3, which would also prove to be quite difficult. But after 10 minutes of attempts, I got very lucky and beat the record by only 15 milliseconds. But now it was time to call it for the day, so let's see how I did on day 3. Day 3 started pretty well. I quickly got through the Greek stages. Even though the French stages were a bit harder, I still eventually got them, and after a little bit more than an hour, I was done with all the C-Class records. Beautiful. Let's go, 1 minute flat. Absolutely destroyed. Okay. That was better. Alright, so we are done with all the C-Class. However, it was now time for Class B, which I expected to be a bit harder. And for around an hour, it wasn't. I managed to get all the Spanish records fairly quickly, and the same goes for the first few Swedish stages. However, my nemesis is back. Oh no. Oh no, here it comes. No. No, oh no. Oh no, I'm seeing swimming in clays in the leaderboards. Okay guys, I think we'll spend the entire rest of the night on this one. And I think we might not even get it in the end. My PB is a 113 right now. I don't think I can do a 109. And this run felt really good, to be honest. This run doesn't feel like a 7th place. There's a bigger gap between 7 and 8th place, and then between 7 and 1st. This section at the start is so difficult to get correctly. Was not even a big PB. Okay, that's how much I struggled just for 1 second. And I did 1.5 more. 1.6 more even. No! That was actually a good start. Ah, 2 inside. Okay, improvements. 4th now? I can really see where I'm losing time. It's just such a difficult track. It's so difficult to, like, this corner. I didn't think it would be that difficult. That 90-degree corner. Why do I have so much speed here? My PB is insane. My PB is absolutely insane. How do I get so much speed here? Oh, like this. Okay, we're getting closer, Still have 0.7 to save here. But I kinda know where I can save them. Like here, for example. I didn't do it well. Okay, you know what? Let's try something else. Let's see. Let's see if it's easier with this car. It doesn't seem easier, but at the same time, it's because it's a 6-gear car. It's gonna take a while to get used to. I don't think this is it. I don't think this is it. Maybe this is it. I don't know. I don't know now. At least one thing is sure. I'm not good with this car. At least at the start. Tiny PB, absolutely tiny PB. Seems to be basically as good as the Quadro. I'm gonna go back to the freaking Quattro, man. I mean, the most frustrating part is like I don't feel like I'm making any kind of progress. Yeah, I really need to like place myself so well to like get into the off-road bit. Thing is, I know it's possible. Like my best segments combined, easy, I'm easy ahead. But this track fucking sucks, so I can't get a clean run. There is a line to get here, for example, where you can just do it like absolutely perfect, but it's so impossible because you need to go full speed and right in between the truck and the hay bale. Okay, a PB. It had been a while. And I gained a spot. Oh, I need half a second more. I need half a second. How am I gonna gain half a second? I mean, I know the theory, but like, I don't know how humanly doable it is. Okay, I can see some time save on this run, so yeah. %99% of resets happen before the first checkpoint. Trying different lines, but I'm not even getting attempts at the end. Like, I'm not practicing the end because of that. I've beaten my PB by 7 milliseconds, man! So I think it will be a better Goss to run against because it has time loss at the end. Ah, I clipped. It had to happen. I went so close to them. It's way too many time. I was... I mean, you also... I was on the exact same fucking line! And the game respawned me. Finally a decent time. But now it's gonna be so difficult as well. Now it's gonna be so difficult. I need to gain 1500. I wish you could just do that. My dream that you can just do that. That's the thing, I have my PB has a rather slow start compared to like my best runs. And I can't even follow it. Oh, the little tiny bit of snow made me slow down a tiny bit more than I expected. Like on checkpoint 2 I have been like 4 or 5 times ahead of my PB before. But since I did it, since I got this PB, never. This is crazy. I think I found something. I think I found something actually. Going super wide, second gear with handbrake. It's actually faster in these airplanes. Like the thing is, you can't cut the first one because it has a massive jump in that chicane. And you can't cut the second one, but you should. Like, you're forced to cut one of them. But one of them has a big jump. And the other has a respawn. I was already disliking Sweden SS3 before doing this challenge. And things have only gotten worse since. I spent a total of 3 hours on this track, only to be a tenth behind by the end of the stream. I had to stop because honestly I was tired and tilted. You may ask why I didn't use the same car as the world record holder, but the answer is I did some attempts with it, and honestly I didn't feel like the car had much potential compared to the Quattro. It was easier to get a somewhat clean run, but I had to get a lot more out of the car for a similar time. Hello everyone, welcome to the day 4 of the All World Records challenge in Super Woden Rally Edge. Last time we had some issues with one specific track. Here it is, this one. And honestly, I took a decision. I'm gonna skip this track for today and we're gonna come back to it once we've done everything that's not too difficult. Skipping Sweden SS3 was a good decision, as on day 4 I made some pretty good progress, despite some of the records being quite tough to beat. And on that day the game trolled me even more than usual when it comes to getting very close to the world record without beating it. I guess that's why the game's called Rally Edge. I'm missing it by not much. Oh no, that's even closer than I thought. Okay, I had a good end. Let's go. Oh, that was so close. That was close. Ah, 0.05. Yeah, I lost everything in the end. I feel like today I've been very unlucky because like every single time I'm like right behind. Every single time I get a good run and I'm like very slightly behind. Come on, game. Come on. Can you please? Come on, game. I also switched to the Peugeot 205 for some tracks as it felt like a better choice, as I knew that this car can be a bit easier to rotate and it also has a higher top speed. Let's go! Look at the top speed! What the fuck? I got such a good slide at the end. That last slide, like those last 2 slides, I got so much speed out of them. 271. As I reached the Japanese stages, I realized that some of the records I had set prior to the beginning of this challenge had been beaten. But I also noticed that on the Greek and French stages and on multiple classes, meaning that I was actually having negative progress. But this is part of the challenge, and I decided to keep going with B class and come back to the previous records only once I complete everything up to A class. What? You can jump over two of them! Wait, what? I got it first try! The run had so many crashes! No! There we go, easy.
You did it. You should go to my world record.
51 is that possible? I don't know how I got so fast in the beginning, but that was crazy. I'm kind of annoyed that I got a little hit at the end and lost like a second.
Almost there. Easy left, easy right.
Let's go.
You did it. You should go to my world record. Medium left, easy right. Long easy right. Easy left, almost there. Danger.
Got it. Okay, despite the wall hit. I wonder if this car is actually the best on this track or not.
Medium right, medium right. You did it.
Easy. Okay, I think the point has been made. Let's go easy. Oh, okay, that barrier is way higher than you think. After getting all the world records for B class, well, except one, I decided to give a try to A class. 58.8, that sounds cooked. That sounds absolutely cooked. Whoops. Okay, first PB. Well, that's so close between 17 and 9. Okay, improvement. Okay, 59. I only need 0.6 actually, so it might be possible. I think the first few tracks are gonna be quite competitive, but then it's gonna be a bit easier. Let's go! That was a sick run. In the end, Spain SS1 wasn't too much of a pain, and I managed to get it done in around 10 minutes, which considering it's one of the most competitive tracks on the leaderboard is not too bad. But what I wasn't expecting, however, is that its reverse variant would become my second biggest roadblock so far. I absolutely hate this layout in reverse. A lot more fun to drive in forward. I need to gain 1 second on that. Holy hell. What? How do I gain 1 second on that? How do I gain 1 second? I think we are here for a while. I'm only getting 2 tenths with this. Come on. At least I know where the time save is. Roughly. We're getting closer, but very slowly. Why did I hit the handbrake so early? This corner is so difficult. The fact of chaining the corner with the hairpin. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. The car got airborne on the... No. I knew I was fucked as soon as the car jumped after the hairpin. I need to get the exact same run, but without the jump. No. Let's go! Let's fucking go! Oh, that was sick. That was a really, really good run. In the end, Spain SS1B took me just under 40 minutes to get, which was the second highest time spent on the track and class combo behind Sweden SS3 in class B. But I was glad to have it done in the end, as this track is very difficult in reverse, at least for me it is. I was happy to get that one out of the way. But now it was time to take a break and come back stronger on day 5. Nice. That's the first one for today. Let's go. Let's go. Clean. There is still so much time to save, that's the crazy part. Okay, let's go. That one was an easier one. Let's go. Whoa! This is good enough? Damn! I did not expect this to be good enough. There is definitely a way to improve that. I still save time. Let's go. That was a crazy shortcut. I literally landed sideways on the hay bale. After a bit of a rough start with only 5 world records in the first hour, I got back into a good pace in the rest of the stream, with a total of 42 world records on that day. However, on Finland SS3, while I managed to beat the world record by 5 milliseconds, it turns out that I achieved that during the weekly Steam maintenance, meaning that my time wasn't submitted to the server. I decided to move on and count it for now, as I have video proof that I have beaten it, and if I still had time by the end of the challenge, I'd come back to it. One thing I noticed on day 5 is how unoptimized some of the records are in A-class, particularly on the reverse stages that are far in the track list, like France SS2B or Greece SS3B. Genuinely, some of these records were worse than in B class. One track that didn't have unoptimized records, however, is the one I ended up with, USA. I already had a pretty good time on the hill climb, but it was done with automatic transmission, as at the time I struggled to control the faster cars with manual. It may have taken me 20 minutes, but I eventually got this run. Let's go! Let's go! I obliterated the previous record by 3/4 of a second, which was even ahead of the downhill record of 141.4. Speaking the devil, USA Downhill would be the last track of the day, and I spent about as much time on it as on the hill climb version, ending the day on this run. Okay, that's a good start. .36 here is pretty good. That's not the moment for a freeze. Let's go! Oh, that was so fucking close. That was so fucking close, man. My end was actually, as well, very ass. I was butchering, I completely butchered the last couple of corners and I was like, oh no, oh no, oh no. But I was so far ahead that it didn't really matter. Well, on that close call, I think we can move on to day 6. By this point, I only have 6 tracks left in my first rotation, so day 6 would probably be mostly about retaking the records I had recently lost. And I still had the scariest record of the whole challenge to get done with. Day 6 started pretty well as I quickly got done with the few tracks I had left in A class, and so after that, all I had left was to come back to all the tracks that I had played throughout the week and take back the records I lost. I started with D class, where I lost the most records. It didn't take me too much time besides maybe both Grease SS3 and SS3B stages, which are very technical. I used the 205 for that, as it is the car that the person who beat me was using, and after driving it a little bit I felt more confident with it on that track than with the other cars. I also took back the records I lost in France and on USA Downhill.
Medium left. Almost there. Medium left. Easy left. Easy right. Easy left.
Oh dang, I lost so much time. I could have made such a better run. In Class C I also had some records in France dethroned, so I also had to get them back, and they actually gave me a bit of a struggle, but I got there in the end. I also lost the USA Downhill record in Class C and got this immediately after opening the map.
Medium left.
Okay, it shouldn't be too difficult though.
Hard right. Medium left. Don't cut. Hard right. Hard left. Hard right. Easy right. Easy left. Easy right. Easy right. Hard left. Don't cut. Easy left. Easy left. Easy left. Easy right. Danger. Medium right. Easy right. Medium left. Easy right. Hard right. Easy left. Long easy left. Easy left. Medium right. Medium right. Hard left. Don't cut. Easy right. Easy left. Hard right. Medium left. Almost there. Medium left. Easy left. Easy right. Easy left. Finish. Yeah. Whoa,
First
that's so.
fucking try. Take that. 156, minus 2 seconds. Class B also had the USA Downhill to retake, which wasn't too difficult, and so was the penultimate track Greece SS1. But now, it was time for the very last record to be obtained, the one I had skipped after spending 3 hours on it on day 3. But this time I was prepared. I knew how hard it was, and I had plenty of time left. So all I had left to do was to cook. I started by trying a different strategy by using a 205 T16 to see if it would make it easier, but after seeing I wasn't anywhere close to my PB, I went back to the all-reliable Quattro S1. This was the right decision, as after only 15 minutes I was already getting some promising attempts that were capable of going below the 1 minute 10 barrier. But that wasn't enough, as I needed to beat Ryzen's time of 1 minute 9 seconds and 441 milliseconds. And after about 25 minutes of attempts, I got this run. What a bummer. I completely failed the last corner, which is honestly one of the easiest corners on the track. But I knew I was capable to do it, so I kept trying, and quickly after, this happened.
Easy right, medium left. Easy left, easy right. Easy left, easy right. Easy right. Easy right, easy left. Hard right. Hard left. Hard right. Medium left. Square one. Easy left. Medium right. Medium left. Easy left. Danger from the left. Hard left. Hard right. Polka. Medium left. Easy right. Easy left. Easy right. Square right. Medium right. Hard left. Hard right. Medium right. Almost there. Medium left. Hard left. Finish. Yeah.
Let's go! Let's go, I did it! I fucking did it! Finally, that was so fucking close. I mean, at that level of optimization, it can only be super close. This extremely close record meant that I had officially completed the challenge of obtaining every time trial road record in Super Woden Rally Edge in only 1 week. I even had an extra day to spare. Well, I almost have all of them, as I was missing that one that wasn't submitted due to Steam maintenance, and as promised, I got back into it and took the record again. Take that as a sort of victory lap, I guess. Well, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't think I'd be able to succeed in this challenge. I'll show a few stats on the screen for the ones who are interested, and depending on my mood while editing, maybe I'll show all the leaderboards on the screen at once. But yeah, I thought I'd see a lot more records that would be as cooked as Sweden SS3. But I guess the game is still very new, so there are still a lot of optimizations to find everywhere. And if you're still here, I want to tell you that I hope this video made you want to grind some record in this game. I'm not really planning on defending my records. There are some tracks where I like to improve my times, but for the most part I won't bother. I also really hope to see most people post their times on speedrun.com, because having a good time is nice, but being able to see it is even better. I also invite you to join the Super Woden Rally Edge community Discord if you're interested into the game and want to chat with other players. This Discord server is also where I got my Quattro skin made by the player Remnant, so shoutouts to them. The entire grind was streamed on Twitch, so you can follow me there if you want to catch me live. I play a wide variety of racing games on stream, and sometimes I even speedrun them. Most of my Twitch replays are available on my second YouTube channel if you're also interested. And on that note, I think I've said everything, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you for the next one, and until then, have a good one.